Hey, Tim again. You know you're gonna die, right? Guess that's a stupid question. Or is it? Now, you don't know when and you don't know how. And it could happen like that. Let me tell you, it's been a month, a little over a month and a half since the wife died. I thought I was getting a hold of everything. Well, I had to go to town and start erasing her. I had to go up and I paid the funeral off, funeral director or funeral home off. I went up, I had to check with the bank because we had separate accounts. Because when I was working, we kept overdrafting each other. So I said, hey man, we ain't building banks. So we separated our accounts. Well, she had a separate account. So I went up there and to see what documents they require so I can get into her account, which is really wasn't much money in it anyway. So I really didn't care. I just had to take care of the business. So then I went over to probate court. Now here's what you need to know. For some reason, we just got the feeling and wrote a will. And in the will, that's what it was. We was reading about how if one of us dies, the kids could actually come in and say, oh, I want half of everything. They could actually take half of everything. We was like, heck with that. So we went and got a will wrote up. And then the important part was if I die, she'd get everything. If she died, I'd get everything. Had that in paperwork right there. Well, I went up to the probate court, and you got to watch who you get a hold of now. Because I went in there and I had the will and that thing that I was talking about, who gets what, back and forth, to save us. And she was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And she gives me this paper. Actually, it was like 5 papers, front and back. And it looked kind of foreign. I was like, well, I got this thing here, the will, and it says about this and that. And she's like, well, sir, you still have to go through probate. And I was like, all right, well, I got all the stuff. She said, well, sit down over there and do it. And I went over there. Man, all that stuff looked foreign, man. It looked like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. You had like where you'd start was the box. And then you go from there, whatever. And I was frustrated. And like I say, I thought I had a grip on this death and everything, man. Everything started rushing back in, because it's like I'm canceling her out, erasing her. And so I took off and I pulled over in town. I thought, man, I don't know anybody that have a brain around here to help me out with these things. And I Googled it, see if there was anybody to help me, and blah. I was like, man, I'm just going to have to drive home and start Googling this and go through this thing. And I started going back through town. I was like, man, heck with this stuff. I pulled in, I went back in there to the probate court. I went up the window and there was a different lady. And I said, I don't understand none of this. I need help. And she's like, oh, come on, honey, and I'll show you. So I could tell that other lady was racist as hell. And the one thing I can't stand is a damn racist. But Orangeburg, I know racism's everywhere, but Orangeburg is double that. I mean, they're still fighting the damn Civil War over there, man. It's crazy. Anyways, she sat me down and she actually looked at my will and the thing about mine and hers so that nobody else could get a hold of it. And she's like, oh, well, right here, she said, set the paper up and set the damn death certificate up and said, this will take care of the land, so you ain't got to do that part. And then this here and this here, and filled out a few things about the kids and stuff like that. And the other lady told me, oh, it's going to be 2 weeks after you fill this out and hand it in. Heck, man, she got me done that day. I went back to the bank, took care of all that day. So when you go up there, make sure you got something that can help you. That's their job, to help you. And believe me, when I go back up there, because I got one more thing to get certified, just drop it off and let them certify it to finalize the whole thing. I'm gonna report her, because I think she was a supervisor. But people keep getting away with that stuff, and that's how they get the way they are. But you're crazy if you don't go get a will and get that stuff mapped out, because I'd have been through 3 times as much. Like I say, I didn't have to, I probably filled out a page, maybe 2 pages of that stuff, and I was done. And it was like 20, it was like $50 for that stuff, and it was $10 to get off the title. And that was it. And we had to wait a few minutes for a fax from the funeral home. They said it's going to be a while. So I went back over to the funeral home, and the lady wasn't going to be back for like 2 hours, but there was an old woman there, and she filled out some stuff. I ran it back over and got it done. Like I say, you get that shit done so much quicker if you got your ducks in a row. And like I say, you never know when you're going to go. Dang, that came out pretty smooth. But anyhow, if you like this stuff, like, share, subscribe. I'm just trying to pass the word on for things. I got a couple interesting books down there. I got the dang basic ebook, how to make one of those. That's free. You got, I mean, just honk out some real estate, man. Sell that stuff. You make some money on it. And I did make another book. It's called Discipline is Freedom. And that's pretty much all this stuff I'm trying to spit out here. So if you like to hear me rambling on, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. I don't want to go too far on it. I got to go up to Social Security now and erase her there and see what my benefits are going to be when I turn 62 here in 6 months. I didn't know that I could actually make over $27,000 a year and not even affect my Social Security. So I'll probably end up drawing that stuff. And yeah, definitely, I mean, insurance or whatever, because you never know. Like I say, my dang wife, she just, bam, I don't know. I guess I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. I don't know, man. Help me out with this stuff. Comment down below. I'd love to hear it. Stay sharp. Keep your nose clean. And oh, no one. That's living, baby.